Now, the minority in Parliament has described the government's decision to indefinitely suspend the controversial Energy Sector Levies Amendment Act 2025 as a shameful retreat. The Ghana Revenue Authority announced the suspension, citing global crude oil prices volatility attributed to rising tensions between Israel and Iran as a key factor. However, the minority contends that this explanation is both hypocritical and dishonest, arguing that the current government had criticized similar justifications made by the previous NPP administration while in opposition. They are now demanding an urgent recall of Parliament to repeal the levy altogether, insisting that the indefinite suspension is wholly inadequate. Now, for more on this, we're joined on the phone lines by Member of Parliament for Efija Kwabre North and Deputy Ranking on the Energy Committee, Collins Adomako Mensah. Grateful to you, Honorable. Are we not being unfair to the government? I mean, there's tensions between Israel and Iran. There are fears that that could escalate quickly, and then world crude prices would go up. So the government says, let's put the brakes on this levy and see what happens later.
Well, first of all, good evening, and thank you for the opportunity. I am fully in support of the statement that was issued and signed by the minority leader, Mr. Senior Market. Our position from day one has been very clear. We don't think at this particular moment in time we should have any additional taxes to overburden the citizenry, especially when just last month or so we had electricity prices go up by over 14%, and water also go up by 4%. Now, if you recall, during the debate, we were told that this particular levy would not lead to an increase in the petroleum prices. The reason being given by the government that because of the Iran and Russia war for this postponement is quite interesting, if not laughable, especially when a few months ago they were vehemently opposed to our assertion that the Russian-Ukraine war was having a toll on our economy. I don't think this explanation will suffice. We are saying that at this particular point in time, we do not think that increasing levies on petroleum is the way to go. Government should rather look for other pragmatic steps to take care of the debts that they inherited.
Well, now that you mentioned that government should look at other ways of raising the money, how should government raise the money? Because they were seeking to raise about 5 billion cedis from this levy.
I'm sure when government was campaigning during election time, there was nowhere in their campaign they say that they intend to raise taxes to pay off debt. If that was their mantra, I'm not too sure Ghanaians would have voted for it. Dr. Accession to Parliament and claimed that he was going to put together measures to curb corruption. He was going to go to GRA and look at the refund accounts to ensure that things of this nature are done. I don't think that the reasons they gave us are what they are telling us now. On our part, we believe that two things. If you go to ECG, the losses at ECG, and we are wholly in support of the minister's decision to bring reforms to ECG. Indeed, when you mentioned that the minority leader had cause to welcome that particular assertion by the minister, and even called on him that next week he should come to Parliament to give details of the reforms. We think that government should, as a matter of principle and as quickly as possible, bring reforms to ECG. Number two, I think they should go back as quickly as possible to renegotiate all the IPPs and that they signed previously, which is causing, giving us putting a lot of burden on the Ghanaian people. I think these are the two things that government should do at this particular point in time.
Now, sitting on the Energy Committee, to what extent do you think that this latest unrest in the Middle East will have an impact on the prices of petroleum products here in Ghana?
Well, we don't live in an island. I mean, these are two powerhouses. Yesterday, just because of this, it had a lot of disruption to travel internationally. These are two oil-producing countries, and it's definitely going to have a toll on oil prices. I'm just hoping that as quickly as possible, peace is brought to reign. Otherwise, we should brace ourselves for very tough times ahead.
All right, thank you very much. The Honorable Collins Adomako, Member of Parliament for Efija Kwabre North and the Deputy Ranking Member on the Energy Committee.